Good morning, my name is John Bullock, Director of City Sales and City Lets Liverpool. I'm also a Fellow of the Institute of Accountants. Today in this video I'm going to talk to you about the housing crisis and the looming crisis that's going to come about due to the apparatus of government, and I'd just like to take a little bit of time this morning to explain that to you. But to start us off, I just want to explain that this video is for homeowners, people that rent property and people that aspire to own property because of the way the impact due to the apparatus of government is being applied. I'd like now to refer to this table here. These figures have been taken from the Office of National Statistics and from the 2015 report. And what it essentially says that in 2015 we had 28 million residential properties in this country, and the breakdown of those properties were owner occupied 18 million, private rented sector 5 million, housing association 3 million, local authorities 2 million, total 28. Now let's compare this to 35 years ago, 1980, owner occupied 12 million, so we can see automatically a big growth there. Private rented sector was only 2.25, so we can see it's grown considerably in those 35 years. Housing associations have also grown by a bigger factor, and local authorities, well, their housing stock, which will come as a surprise to no one, is actually decreased, and quite dramatically the way it's been decreased. And of course, this is where people argue a lot of the pressure is being brought about because local authorities aren't building houses. There's an argument there, and I accept that argument, especially when it comes to supply of property. However, I'm talking to you today about the impact and apparatus of government. And what I mean by that is that, by way of example, if a government was to increase the duty on petrol, then our petrol prices would then go up. And as a consequence to that, the impact to me as a consumer, and maybe to you also, is that you may then use your car less. So when we're talking about the apparatus of government, we're talking about decisions that they make that make us respond in certain ways. Now, you may or may not be aware of the looming situation for income taxpayers, and I mean income taxpayers and not large institutional investors. For income taxpayers that belong to the private rent sector, interest that they pay to their bank has to be treated as income. As a consequence to that, many people, many of our smaller landlords will go bankrupt, or simply will not be able to afford to run their business in the way it was before. As a consequence to that, from April 2017, when this tax is applied, up until March 2018, we'll start to notice a difference. But we will notice a tremendous difference come January 2019, when these landlords, these smaller landlords, these income taxpayers receive their tax bills. Because they will respond in the way you as a consumer would respond to higher duty costs for your petrol. They will reduce use. And that means they'll have to take their house from being available to rent out to either wanting to sell or just to keep the property empty. Because perversely, in some instances, it would be cheaper from a taxation point of perspective to keep that property empty. It's something we need to all be concerned about, because the apparatus of government, this decision has been taken, and it commences from April 2017. In an earlier video, I explained how you today can complain to your MP, because I guarantee you the impact, sadly, is going to be less supply, and as a consequence of that, more demand, and the people that are left in the market will be paying more. And that's something that you don't want, and we don't want the tax. It impacts us all, and I'm asking you now to take that into consideration. Thank you.